Monday, July the 13th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Meteorologist Matthew East here with you. Hope you had a great weekend. And the weather was pretty hot and steamy across the region once again over the weekend. We'll talk about that more in just a moment. There's a look during the 5 o'clock hour this morning from the Avalon Pier web camera, looking kind of unsettled over there in the Outer Banks this morning. Temperature there at Kill Devil Hills, 73 degrees, with a calm wind and a humidity up there around 86%. Yesterday, 92, the high in Charlotte, 96 in Columbia, 91 in Fayetteville, 88 the high in Greensboro, only 76 in Boone, and 90 along the coast in Wilmington, around the Triad viewing area. High temperatures yesterday, basically mid to upper 80s in the majority of locations. A little hotter around the Charlotte area, low and mid 90s in many spots. So certainly pretty hot, and it was hot Saturday too. These are 5 o'clock hour temperatures this morning. Still 81 in Myrtle Beach, 74 degrees in Charlotte, 71 in Greensboro, and 74 in Fayetteville. All right, let's go to the temperatures across the region before I check the radar. And again, it's a lot of warm air all across the southern and the southeastern parts of the country here on this mid-July morning. All right, so around the Triad area, there's been some areas of showers and thunderstorms, especially the closer you get up toward the Virginia border. A few other showers continue to develop there in northern sections of North Carolina, and at times we've seen that activity try to develop down here in parts of the mountains and outside of the mountains there as you got toward I-40. Not much has happened down toward Charlotte to this point. And you look off to the north, the reason we're seeing this activity is a disturbance is swinging through the Virginias. Pretty active stuff over the past couple of hours in West Virginia and Virginia. And you get over there toward the Outer Banks, and you can see a couple of those showers evident that you can see from the camera location there from the Avalon Pier. Now, big issues this morning in Wisconsin. A couple of active tornado warnings. Several severe thunderstorm polygons have been issued over the past half hour up that way as well. And you may say, well, why does that matter for us here in the Carolinas? We have a northwesterly flow aloft in place, and the disturbance driving all that, it's going to be dropping southeastward. Now let me show you, that's an old image, let me get past that. Watch what happens with the high resolution modeling here. And this is as we go through the day. And watch as we get into the afternoon and the evening, big thunderstorms developing over Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Ohio, and Kentucky, and dropping southeastward. Pretty significant threat of severe storms today. That's a moderate risk of severe weather covering much of Illinois, a good chunk of Indiana and Kentucky, and I should say an enhanced risk surrounding the moderate risk, and a slight risk extends down into the North Carolina mountains and down toward Atlanta. And again, we're seeing a pretty potent piece of upper level energy kind of drive all this. There it is. This is the European model solution. There it is right there. As we go through today, that begins to drop southeastward, and then look what happens by Wednesday morning. Oh, there it is, dropping into our region. Now, I'll say this, the modeling not doing a great job in handling the overall coverage of showers and thunderstorms over the next 72 hours. There's a lot of disagreement out there. With a disturbance like that, though, I think you have to be kind of aggressive with the thunderstorm chances for your Tuesday across the region, and I think a scattering of thunderstorms today. Again, today, some scattered showers and storms this afternoon and this evening, and you'll see that on the high resolution modeling here in just a second, but that big complex of storms in Wisconsin, you have to watch for the leftover activity to try to develop into parts of the region. And you can see the RPM modeling here is indicating that scenario. And I think you're going to wind up with something kind of similar if you could extend the high resolution modeling out past this evening. There, that's the end of the run. And so you see at 8:30, there's that big complex of storms toward the Ohio Valley, and that is dropping southeastward. So that's something to keep an eye on for tonight. We might have an overnight round of showers and thunderstorms in portions of the region. So it's something to keep an eye on. Keep those weather radios or those weather apps on where you can hear them overnight in case warnings are required. There's your highs across the region today. Kind of a steamy Monday. Now again, tomorrow, the RPM modeling really not being overly aggressive with the storm chances, but here's the Storm Prediction Center Day 2 outlook. You have an enhanced risk of severe storms in a lot of the region. Slight risk surrounding that. So this is something that, especially as you get from a line, say Charlotte, Raleigh, and points south, could see a good round of thunderstorms tomorrow, but anybody fair game to pick up some strong to severe storms. Wind damage potential, your greatest threat but certainly could be some very large hail and an isolated tornado or two, and that needs to be closely monitored. I'll keep the chances of some showers and storms going for Wednesday as that boundary drops on in. Your Wednesday highs in the lower 90s. Right now, Thursday and even Friday, too, to a large extent, looking fairly quiet, especially Thursday. And then we ramp back up the shower and storm chances again as we get into the upcoming weekend. Tropics are still quiet. Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean Sea, not much of interest. There's a little upper level feature in the Bahamas, not showing any signs of development. And things are pretty quiet over the Atlantic Ocean, too. All right, that's it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everybody have a great day, and God bless.